I guess the question everyone has been asking you is, where'd you get the idea for this movie?
Yes.
So I'm sure you know the answer. So
I know the answer, but it's not a funny answer. Let's say, I've been working with Jack Plotnick when I did Rubber. He had a small part, and I knew this guy was a genius, and I was frustrated because the part he has to play in Rubber was really small. So after Rubber, I decided to write a movie for him. I always say, ideas, you don't know where they come from. It's a bit random. You just have to pick up the good ones, and to decide, okay, I'm going to make a movie about this or this. But I don't know where that come from. I just wrote a few scenes and then I created the whole structure using, these random scenes, and then I created links between them, and suddenly I had a story.
what about the dog? I'm curious myself. I'm a dog owner. Why the dog is the catalyst for the story?
Probably because, the love between a dog and a human being is really something, I don't know how to say it. There's some kind of magic around this, because you communicate with this animal, and it's like a different way, and sometimes you can have strong feelings for a dog just with this strange relationship because you can't talk. So I don't know, maybe I used to have dogs when I was younger, and I'm quite fascinated by dogs. I can watch a dog for 15 minutes without being bored because I think that they're just fun to watch. So yes, instead of making a movie about relationships between human, I just picked this up because I think it's quite universal. Everybody knows, what it means. This special connection with a dog. Everybody understands this.
Now, what most people may not understand, which I found hilarious, was the dog telekinesis. How did you get that idea?
I was just trying to make the Master Chain character strong. Mm-hmm. So I knew we had to do something very strong for this book he's supposed to write. And I've been influenced by some kind of these stupid technical books. These drawings are incredible. I agree. The guy who did this is super good. But I was just trying to make the Master Chain world realistic in a way. Even if the drawings are really funny, suddenly you think, oh, maybe this is this could be real. Maybe we can communicate with a dog like this. Right. Why not?
Speaking of Mr. Chang, I noticed that there was no real soundtrack, but right after he met with Mr. Chang, Dolph, that's when the soundtrack came in. Any reason behind that?
No. The way I use music on the movie, that's something I don't really understand. I just trust my instinct and my feelings.
How about those dramatic flashes?
That is the first bit of music I did. I was just starting the editing, and I did this piano thing because I knew I needed something like this to keep this dramatic tension, even if it's funny and absurd. I knew I needed to remind, no, this is dramatic. Don't forget the guy is looking for his dog and it's sad, but he creates this kind of funny, absurd feeling. Oh yeah, this is there is some kind of tension here, but they are having a funny dialogue. So, I kind of like this.
No, and there's, for instance, the dialogue about the long distance talking.
Yeah, I know that there's 3 bits like this in the movie, where people communicate from a long distance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I honestly, I could find a reason now, because now I know the movie, but I don't want to be a liar, so there's no reason here. It was just a choice, a funny way to shoot these scenes, When I started this script, I wrote a stupid scene about a dog shit talking to a flower in a yard. I just wrote a scene like this, and it was funny, but it was it was again like rubber, it was giving life to dead things. A flower's not dead, but you know what I mean. Giving a human personality to this type of dead things. So I decided not to keep it, But then this idea came back like this, like, oh, I'm gonna give the shit some kind of memory. So the shit isn't able to talk, but it has memory, which is, why not?
When Dolph's talking to his neighbor, when the neighbor's driving through the desert, the camera shot of the neighbor is always only through the side mirror. What's the significance of that, if any?
I mean, every I have my own interpretation of everything, but I have to admit, after watching the movie for the first time, it was not meant to be like this. I just did it like this. Like I told you, I come on the set, I have no plans for the day, I just know we have to shoot this scene, and then when I'm on the set, I decide to choose an angle because I feel it's the best angle. But when I'm doing it, it's purely for no reason. Then when I watch it, I find some good reasons, and also I find a lot of sense in these choices.
I actually happened to be sitting a few seats behind you, and I noticed that you were chuckling when he was talking about his denial of the jogging.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite jokes. I'm still waiting for the reactions because that's my favorite joke of the movie, I think. When the guy says, this blog I have about the whole jogging thing, and then Dolph says, there's nothing bad about jogging, and then he says, I don't jog. I mean, I love this bit. I think it's really good.
And then on the beach with Emma, there's just a jump cut of her smiling.
Oh, you noticed this? Yeah.
That was intentional, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Just because.
Just because obviously because we start the scene with a reverse shot, so we know it's a dream. So I created this strange musical atmosphere. I don't know if you noticed, but there's like something really weird. I mean, sometimes you make a dream, but in movies, and you don't necessarily know it's a dream. But this time I wanted to make it obvious. Okay, this is a dream. So the character of Victor is like having this nightmare. Like he suddenly has a son, he's with this creepy girl. So everything was possible in this scene, and I just found this cut super, because her smile was like super scary, and it was just from a different take. And I was like, oh, this take is better, but the smile is crazy on this one. So I wanted to mix both, and I just did this crazy jump cut because I think it's creepy.
Finally, what's your next project?
I'm shooting something very soon, but I can't talk about it because it's too fresh. But I think it's gonna be crazy good. So yes, the plan is to. I have also a French movie I'm supposed to shoot before the end of 2012 because it's financed, but I have to shoot it in France with French actors. So that will happen, let's say, November. But before, I'm going to shoot another movie in LA with the same kind of cast.
And when was your take on people's reaction to the movie, what you thought it would be?
I only witnessed the screening,
right. So
to me it was like, a very, very exciting experience because they were laughing all the time, which is the best award, this movie is supposed to be funny, even if it's weird and strange and disturbing. It's meant to be funny, so I'm already super happy.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.